Hello, folks. It's Doc Martin Easy coming at you with part two of my mid-season finale review. More like overview. It's not beat around the bush. Posted a video yesterday. It was 4 minutes. It was just me ranting on about one particular part of that episode that threw me off. I definitely was not expecting that. It was one of those. It was one of those moments that just. So I took a day to go ahead and relax a little bit, get my mind right, and look at the notes that I was taking beforehand, before that scene appeared, and have a more coherent idea how that of that particular episode. So where do I start? Let me go over the episode in general. The episode in general was good. It was a good episode. It felt like Star Trek, except for a couple bits. But it was better than the previous episode. So, I give them props. They're going in the right direction. And what I mean by right direction, for instance, they sat down and said, "Hey, listen, with this spore drive system, it's a gateway to other alternative universes." So they're kind of writing themselves out of the little hole that they made themselves in when they set this in the prime time universe of Star Trek. If you're not familiar, there's two timelines. One is the Kelvin timeline, or what's been called the Kelvin timeline, and that's the JJ verse movies, and then everything else is considered prime timeline. Had the creators of Discovery had just said, "Hey, this is JJ verse or some other universe, or this is a reimagining, kind of like what Battlestar Galactica, the new Battlestar Galactica did, as opposed to trying to build off the old one," there wouldn't have been as much controversy at the beginning of this airing of the show as there was. But instead, they sat down, and Star Trek nerds are finicky bunch. I mean, I really think this thing was going to ride up. This is the third time, but yeah, it does. When you look at the time frame that they set this this TV series in, this new one, we kind of already had an idea of what everything's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look super retro 60s, at least in everyone's mind's eye. And you can update the look. I mean, JJ Universe updated the look of that. It still felt like this could be a retouching of the old aesthetics. And it did, for the most part, a very good job. You can't fault them for that. They kept the look, but just enough that you realize that if you're a Star Trek fan, this is Star Trek, not some confusion. To give an example of this, let me go ahead and switch over. So here, and we'll switch over. So this right here is Discovery. This is Discovery's uniform set, and this is 10 years before Captain Kirk takes command of the Enterprise. Here's the thing: we've seen that time frame, and their uniforms look something more akin to this. Not too dissimilar. I mean, they're missing the black edging right here in the collars for the various uniform types, and there was only two colors. They do pay homage to it in Discovery. When you look at zoom in, they do pay homage with the trimming of the uniforms. They do pay homage with the trim, but that's about it. Everything else just didn't quite look right. So there's that. I mean, I'm sure it's been talked about countless times. We've all heard it, but that was one of the issues a lot of people had with Discovery. And it looks like they kind of wrote themselves out of a hole by saying, this could very well be an alternate universe. It doesn't necessarily have to be. This could be a what-if scenario. And then also the spore drive messing up at the end of the episode, taking them to a whole new location that they don't even know where they're at. Could they be in the mirror universe? Could they actually be in the real Prime timeline? Or could they have ended up in the JJ verse, a totally new one? Who knows? I'm kind of excited to see where they go with that in January. Looks like they're also picking up some story plot lines that were like done one time and then dropped in the original series with Lieutenant Stamets when his eyes changed to a different color. The color reminded me very much of that of Gary Mitchell, Lieutenant Gary Mitchell from the very first, well, not the very first, the second pilot of Star Trek, when they try to penetrate the galactic barrier. This guy gets zapped and ends up becoming this super powerful, almost omnipotent creature with silver eyes. And he just has a god complex go about him. And that's the feeling that I got that they would be going with the end previews. As to the ending, the conclusion of the Klingon arc, they did. It wasn't the worst conclusion, but it wasn't the best. You know, I wouldn't have mind seeing more of this Klingon war arc play out a little bit more. We do hear certain things in the past, and then they might change. In past canon, hey, the Battle of Axanar was a turning point of the war. Maybe, maybe not so much now, but then again, it could be a totally different universe. So, whatever you know, just throw it out the window. Just watch the show for what it is. Is pretty much what I think they're trying to say. Yeah, here we go. And as for, I guess one of the characters that in this new show that I kind of like, this is the lieutenant character. What's his name? Not Stamets. The one that was captured by Klingons for 6 months and was treated to Klingon boobage, reimagined Klingon boobage to be. I'm sorry, that still kind of throws me off. How would they show that? But I know why. They're trying to go edgy. They're trying to beat out Star Wars. Star Wars is owned by Disney now, so they aren't gonna like, hey Ray, listen, we're gonna need you to put on some skimpy ass clothes. We need the ratings. They're not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. So I'm guessing Discovery is pulling Battlestar Galactica reimagined, by having them show some more skin. And really, sex in Star Trek has always been there. It's never been this blatant or this wow, it's always been there, but it's always been kind of in the background. Like you'll see that Captain Kirk put on his boots after having his way with a humanoid alien creature. And there was that 3-boot cat creature in Star Trek V. Yeah, we don't talk about that movie. So it's not. There's no precedent for it. It's just I don't think anyone ever expected him to take it that far. And no, it isn't the first time either that human and Klingon have done it. I mean, hell, the TNG friggin' when Riker was what's the episode that Riker was a exchange officer aboard a Klingon ship? The Klingon women were like, Riker don't look too good, but I wonder if I can take him. I wonder if I can get some of that man, that human. So I mean, there's precedent for it. It's just I don't think anyone expected it to be like that. But talking about that scene, I'm kind of surprised because here is, what's that guy's name? I'll put like a little block, little blurb right here that'll say, hey, this is the guy's name. Can't believe I forgot it. I like him, I just don't remember his name. That's sad. That's sad. All these characters, I'm kind of like, meh. Cam Lorca, I can kind of get behind. You know, he's trying to win a war no matter what. You know, he's gonna do what needs to be done, whether it meets with Federation approval or not. But damn, I go that far. Watch the name will come to me after I freaking do this review. After I do this video. Well, anyways, this guy was captured by Klingons for 6 months, and well, his torturer was like, "I like you. I likes you, and I wants you." Now we do this the easy way. We do this the hard way. I guess that's the only way I can really describe it. Essentially, this Klingon female, this captain, raped the crap out of him. Morale. How do I know her name and not the lieutenant's name? Jesus. Yeah, raped the crap out of him, and then when he finally sees her, like PTSD kicked in hard, and he became a freaking useless vegetable until the shooting started again, and then he finally, manned up. But I mean, it was going to happen no matter what. You spent 6 months as a POW with no rights, being used as a freaking boy toy. Like, hey, you come here. You're gonna satisfy my pleasures. I don't care if you're human, Klingon, xenomorph, or whatever. It's gonna mess with your mind. And I'm glad that they addressed it. I don't think anyone needed to see it. Shit, it's a little too much. A little too much for my taste. Some people are like, hell yeah. Like, all right, cool. I mean, this is what it is now. I have no problem with it. It's just, give me some warning next time. But yeah, I came to the realization today that lieutenant character literally got raped. And I sat there. I was like, Star Trek's always sat down and always talked about things that would happen in our culture today. And I'm trying to sit there were the writers trying to say something? It doesn't matter, man, woman, you get sexually used, it's gonna fuck with you. It's gonna mess you up. So that's like my third F-bomb I dropped. Discovery's messed me up. I should probably bleep that one out. I'm probably not going to though. So yeah, I don't know why I'm going back to that, but yeah. The fact that they had the balls to sit there and go, hey, listen, rape is a problem for any gender. I mean, Star Trek does pose questions like that, but it wasn't blatant. It was just kind of like, yeah, you got raped. Here, you want to watch? Like, no, I don't want to watch, but I can't believe it took me watching that scene to finally click in my mind going, this guy got raped. Damn. He got Fleece Johnston by a freaking Klingon. Let that image sink in your head real quick. Sunk in mine. I need brain bleach right now. And for that, I give this finale props. It actually made you think something. Star Trek, in its best form, has always made you think about things. Star Trek TNG's episode, second season, Measure of a Man, made you think that Lieutenant Commander Data isn't merely just a robot, but an actual person who has rights. Star Trek: The Undisturbed Country made you think about, in the context of its time frame, made you think about the end of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. The end of Balance of Terror from the original series made you think that, hey, there is a cost to war. The very beginning of that particular episode, these two officers are about to get married. And then they go through a battle scenario with the Romulans. And one of them dies. The person ends up in that chapel again. Instead of cementing that marriage, now she has to bury her lover. Cost of war. It made you think. And this one made me think too. So I applaud this season finale for making me think. I just wish it gave me some warning. I wasn't prepared for that. now I know, now I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of hooked. I'm like, yeah, I want to see what happens next. You know a show is doing well when it makes you sit there and go, I want to see what happens next. And for a while there, it wasn't really doing that. The Harry Mudd episode, maybe go, okay, this is Star Trek. It's cause and effect. You haven't done anything really new, but you made me love Harry Mudd. You made me love the reimagining of this guy. I like it. So, for me, the finale was a good one. Mind you, it had its ups and downs, but shoot, when you make me think about a particular topic that I never really thought about, that is Star Trek. Might not be good Star Trek, but it is Star Trek. Sure as hell it's not Star Wars. They just did the same damn thing over and over again. Give me money. I shouldn't hate on them, man. They did. The visuals were great. I'm not just a Star Trek fan. I'm also a Star Wars fan. Don't get it twisted. I like it for what it is. But I also like to be challenged in my thoughts. So, that's what I took away from that episode. If you watched the episode, what did you take away from it? I want to know in the comment section. What did you take away from the season finale? If you watched it, if you haven't, go to CBS All Access. You have access to the first 9 episodes. You don't have to, you get like a free trial. You just binge watch that real quick. Be good to go. Wait until January comes out. At least I think they're doing free trials. I could be wrong, but you have an opportunity to binge at least until the mid-season. Alright folks, if you like this video, please comment, like, share. If you want to engage me in any questions or if you have suggestions for future content, hey, let me know. And yeah, that should be it. So y'all peace and enjoy that long life. See, I finally got it right this time. Alright, catch y'all later.